Hey guys, here we come again with our another weekend trip video towards Mudgee. So we both managed to take a day off and plan this 3-day trip towards Mudgee. Hamro itinerary details I'll be keeping at the end of the video, so just keep on watching till the end. We had a light breakfast in the morning and हामी चाहिँ घरबाट 7 बजे निस्केका थियौं. So our first destination was Brentwood. I had booked a night stay at Brentwood. It was kind of a surprise to him. So it's a regional town and regional part of the New South Wales, and it's really close to Canberra. So it's around 1 hour from there to Canberra. So if you're traveling to Canberra, then you can make this place a stop by. So for us, it took around 3.5 hours to drive to Brentwood, and we had to travel around 10 minutes to this gravelled road, which I would tell was not that bad actually. And the place was quiet, it was good, and was really nice. I booked this place via Airbnb. At first we both were a bit skeptic around the place as it was really quiet. We couldn't see people around, and then it had really good reviews in Airbnb, and I was pretty much impressed with the host of the Airbnb of this place. And it was really an amazing experience. I would recommend everyone to visit this place at least once and stay in these little tiny houses. One thing I must tell, the view at night, the sky at night, the stars, you cannot even imagine. I couldn't even capture with the camera. It was so amazing. Cheers.
This is living, your kitchen, baby, and this is toilet. A bathroom and our bedroom, Mati. Oh, this is a tiny little house. I'm so obsessed. I'm so happy.
I used to see a lot of videos regarding these tiny houses in YouTube, and I used to always think how it feels living in these houses. So this house was 180 square feet house, and it was perfect. Actually, everything was fitting perfectly into this small house, and it was so like living the dream.
Think I loved other thinking. This is my fault. Oh.
हामी हाम्रो tiny house मा एकछिन rest गर्यौं, and then we were feeling like we were a little bit hungry, so we came out for lunch, and we came at this restaurant, the Smoky Hearst Tavern. This was one of the restaurants that was recommended to me by our Airbnb host. She told me that they have really nice and spicy food. And I have actually an interesting story to tell. Before planning this trip, I told my husband that he won't be able to eat Nepalese food for 3 days as we were traveling around the regional part of the New South Wales. And coincidentally, we landed up into the restaurant that has Nepalese cuisine on their menu. They had everything on it. They have baf, momo, choila, chaat, and everything. So this was quite unexpected because there were very few number of Nepalese living in that area. So it was really amazing to see that, and this place was so beautiful. The ambience was so nice, and the owner was super friendly. So if you are traveling along Brentwood, I would definitely recommend to come over here, have a food. And don't forget, they do have a live music.
We'll go down and order, okay? Just for the lunch.
Are you happy?
Really happy. I want to go have now momo and choila.
So here comes our food. We ordered chaat and bof momo. It looks like I'm pretty hungry actually. We finished that within like 10-15 minutes. We're so hungry. So we lunch garyo, and then it was already dark, but we want to spend some more time out here. And यहाँको owner दाइले चाहिँ हामीलाई आगो ताप्नको लागि पनि एकछिन बोलाउनु भयो. So they have a nice place at the backyard जहाँ आगो ताप्न मिल्दो रहेछ. So it was really nice actually. We had our heavy lunch, so that's why we don't feel like eating dinner. So we did our takeaway and came back to the tiny house. Good morning guys, it's our second day of the trip. We really had a nice sleep. It was really cold. It was around -3. So if you're planning to travel around winter time, just don't forget to carry on your warm clothing. I didn't want to miss anything, so much chito utera. I came outside and then I saw that everything was like frosty. Our car was pretty much covered with ice. And back there you can see another tiny house. So if you're planning to travel with your friends, then yeah, they do have another accommodation within the same compound, and you still have your privacy though. So we had to check out around 10, so we got ready and then we sat around this porch facing the warm sunlight and having some breakfast. This Pachi, I just want to let you know guys that they do have a horse riding in this area, so if you want to do horse riding, then you can book that with the Airbnb host as well. Tiny house checkout garera, and then we came to this cafe. It's called Provision and it's in the Braidwood as well. So this is also one of the cafe that was recommended to me by our Airbnb host. She told me that they had the best crepes in the town, so how could I miss that? So we just came here to try that. So Braidwood breakfast गरिसकेपछि we spent some time in there, and then we moved towards our next destination. There was Geelong. We actually planned to go to Mudgee, but because there was no accommodation left, everything was pretty much booked out because it was weekend. So we had to book our hotel in Geelong, and Geelong is around 30 minutes drive from Mudgee town centre. So we are today staying at Geelong hotel. So in between Geelong to Mudgee, I want to share this thing actually, but I'm not sure if I captured this in the video. I had read a news that after this drought and the pandemic, there was a mouse plague that was pushing regional New South Wales residents to the breaking point. And we actually saw a lot of mice crossing all over the road. They were like all over the road crossing the farms. It was so horrible. Maybe we had killed some of them as well while we were driving, but yeah, it was so bad. And then I felt the pain of the residents over there. How could they have felt? So this is the next day guys, actually the next morning. So we had to wake up really early this morning. We woke up around 4 and then we check out from our hotel from Geelong. And we traveled all the way to Mudgee town centre. So the main purpose of our trip was to do Hotairballon. So we met our friends in the Geelong. Then we traveled together into this town centre, and they brought to us to this Hotairballooning place.
Down the other end.
So our balloon was ready, our GoPro was set, basket was ready, we were given the safety instruction, and we were all set to take off from the ground and see the beautiful Mudgee city from the top. Hotairballon school flight 1 hour with you. We were on the top of the Mudgee city and looking Mudgee from the top. It was beautiful. I think it would be more beautiful if you come here during the spring season, because you could see the greenery down there. But anyway, the view was still amazing and the experience was amazing. The only thing I want to share is I thought that it could be scary, but it was not at all scary. So it was really a nice experience. I definitely recommend that you try this adventure once in a lifetime. I know that there are a couple other places in New South Wales that do hot air ballooning. Thanks guys for watching this video.